So I have to adjust myself to definitely be able to see you and give you this assurance and to say thank you very much for the commitment to humanity, the wonderful job of Gavi and the team is well appreciated. And the program of acceleration for the production of vaccine in Nigeria is empowering the continent. Nigeria is the heart of the Africa. And I'm here proudly saying that the seriousness that Nigeria takes the immunization, the vaccine, I know what is happening in America about vaccination and all of that. I'm informed. But we appreciate you, and we appreciate you, Gavi, for all you're doing. And we'll give it all the commitment that we must. We have a very successful team. The essence of patriotism is what Ali Party has been doing. A very fantastic job, committed, always in there. Our health sector with its team has changed dramatically and is improving. We owe it to the entire population to be foresighted, farsighted, and be committed to develop the capacity of the Africans and protect the future generation of newly born, to educate them. Yes, poverty is only not acceptable. And through education, dedication, and patriotism, we can conquer poverty. And we will do so. We can live a healthy life, paying attention to science and those who are behind it and funding it. Thank you. Thank your organization for dedication, commitment to humanity. We say thank you. We will cooperate. We will collaborate. The partnership is cherished. And yes, it's becoming an election year, and I'm going to be seeking a return. So I hope you continue to be our partner.
Come to your great continent and your great country with a lot of respect and humility. And I want to thank you on behalf of my delegation. I want to thank you for your personal leadership, because under your leadership, your country has seen significant macroeconomic and health sector reforms. You have been an excellent champion for global health in your African Union ambassadorial capacity, and you have played an exemplary role by lending your voice and support, which has helped Gavi land with a successful replenishment. So I want to thank you for all these reasons. Your Excellency, Nigeria has a very salient role in the health sector. Whether it is the primary healthcare revitalization, as a result of which your primary healthcare setup has seen a fourfold increase in utilization, or whether it is your new amendment to your health sector bill, through which you will hopefully increase funding for primary health care from 1% to 2%, whether it is the new innovative pooled health financing arrangement that the Ministry of Health is leading, or whether it is the groundbreaking campaign that your country has just concluded. I'm sure you're aware that your country has the honor of doing the largest campaign, immunization campaign, ever in the world for the first time, reaching out to 102 million children. And all these things are a result of your stewardship and the capable leadership of His Minister, of His Excellency, the Minister of Health. And we in the international global health community are deeply appreciative and inspired by the leadership of Nigeria in the health sector. All these efforts, of course, translate into healthy children and contribute to the human capital aspiration that you so admirably have. We at Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, are proud and privileged to partner with Nigeria. And Your Excellency, I'm here to convey three things. The first thing is that this is an environment where there is an overall decline in official development assistance. Bilateral agencies are closing their doors and they are leaving countries. So in this environment, I've come to let you know, and it is indeed my privilege, and I'm very honored to convey to you that Gavi will continue with its support to Nigeria. We have been humbled to contribute over the last 20 years of this partnership $2.4 billion. And over the next 5 years, we will be contributing over $500 million towards vaccination campaign, which will see this partnership vaccinate an entire generation of children in this great country, contributing to your human capital aspirations. So that's the one thing I'm here to communicate. And we've had productive discussions with the Honorable Minister of Health on the execution modalities of that assistance. The second thing, Your Excellency, that I'd like to convey dates back to 2024, when I was here for the first time. I was a new CEO, and you welcomed me in my first 2 weeks in office. You were the first country to welcome me to Africa, and you gave me an audience then. The purpose of my visit then was to listen to leadership, was to listen to communities, was to listen to healthcare workers, and then to design a reform based on those learnings. And I'm here to let you know that that reform was designed based on the insights that I gained from your country. That reform is now fully deployed, and I'm here to report back to you exactly that. We have put, Your Excellency, country centricity at the heart of the reform, because as somebody from a developing country, I truly believe that the role of international agencies should be to stand behind countries, to support them, and that to support country plans and to stand behind them and support them quietly. So based on the learnings, our reform, which is called the Gavi Leap, is all about devolving decision-making to countries. It's about aligning with country systems. It's about putting money into country plans. It's about putting money into country funds. It's about enhanced transparency to countries, enhanced accountability to countries, because I believe we are, as international agencies, we are accountable to you. And the new reform is all about investing in Africa's future. In this very room, you had directed me to step up our efforts to promote vaccine manufacturing on the African continent. And today, Your Excellency, I'm very pleased to let you know that we have put together an instrument called the African Vaccine Manufacturing Accelerator, which is a $1.2 billion instrument to promote commercial vaccine manufacturing on the continent. And we really look forward to vaccine manufacturers from Nigeria come forward and take benefit from this instrument, and we will facilitate that in every way possible. So that's the second reason why I'm here respectfully to communicate to you that the reform that you really played a very salient role in designing has now been deployed. The third point, Your Excellency, is about our partnership, about the partnership of the Gavi Alliance with the government of Nigeria. Gavi is not a charity. This is a partnership on equal footing. Gavi pays for vaccines, and your country pays for vaccines. And this is a partnership. Currently, Gavi is paying 70% and Nigeria is paying 30% of the cost of vaccines. As hopefully your economic situation improves, as there is every indication, your share of the co-payment will increase. And this, Your Excellency, is a badge of honor for a country, because as countries progress, their share of contribution increases and they ultimately graduate out of Gavi support and they become donors to Gavi. So India has graduated out, Indonesia has graduated out, China has graduated out, and all of them have become now donors to Gavi. And hopefully next time when I come, Nigeria would become a donor to Gavi as well, and we look forward to that day. Your Excellency, this partnership has really helped, the 70-30 formula. In 2025, Gavi put in $261 million into this partnership, and Nigeria admirably put in $90 million into this partnership. And this partnership helped made vaccines accessible to every child in your country on a total equitable basis, without regard for rich or poor. Your government made vaccines available to every child, vaccines against 13 diseases, free of cost to the rich and poor. This is something to be celebrated, and we really want to applaud your leadership and your stewardship for making this happen. As you are aware, there's a huge movement of country sovereignty within the great African continent, and this is a cardinal example of how sovereignty plays out. Your Excellency, we now need your support to make this partnership work in 2026 and the years beyond as well, so that we can continue to vaccinate every child, make vaccines accessible to every child in every nook and corner of your great country. This, Your Excellency, is particularly critical as you move towards the election year, because we want to prevent stockouts and we want to prevent outbreaks of diseases as our partnership. So that is my one respectful ask of you. Secondly, Your Excellency, I think over a slightly medium to longer term horizon, there are two other policy measures that I would like to respectfully submit for your consideration. The first is that you may want to consider ring-fencing Gavi co-financing in the medium-term expenditure framework. And of course, you have both the coordinating ministers for both your sectors here who can together, under your stewardship, make this happen. I believe this has already been done for the US MOU, and it would be a good thing for the Gavi co-financing for this to be made predictable as well. Thirdly, Your Excellency, I come from Pakistan, which is a federating country similar to Nigeria, and as a former government cabinet member, I'm a little bit aware of the center subnational unit dynamic. And what I would like to humbly request for your consideration is that going forward, you might want to consider a financing model for vaccines where the states co-pay along with the federal government as well, so that the burden on the federal government is alleviated to some extent. This is what we do in Pakistan, and it's quite successful, because vaccines, the health mandate is with your states. And of course, it's important for them to demonstrate ownership of vaccination by contributing. I recognize that more recently you have increased the state's budget by several fold, by fourfold, which is extremely admirable in a federal polity. And I think requesting them to co-contribute towards the cost of vaccines will take a little bit of pressure off the federal government. And of course, in your cabinet structure, you have an excellent arrangement of having two coordinating ministers, one for welfare and health, one for the economy and finance. And I think if they are tasked to sit with the forum of Nigerian governors, this is something structural that can be enabled for sustainability of vaccination, which, as you know, is the best buy for public health. So once again, Your Excellency, we are deeply humbled, deeply honored that you gave us this audience and this time and your attention. We have great admiration for what you've been able to achieve for your country. And please be assured that as a small international agency, we will stand behind you all the way. Thank you very much.
They're here because the macroeconomic reforms that you've conducted, I think, have been widely noticed, and the health sector reforms that you flagged off 3 years ago have begun to yield some results. Expanding primary health care, focusing on immunization, focusing on our children, focusing on building human capital for our country to lead towards the prosperous future that you have envisioned. Here with us is the Chief Executive, had a fairly successful replenishment given all the global constraints. I know that all of us, the beneficiaries of such gestures, are appreciative of that. They've also informed us of their country allocation for Nigeria. Despite the constraints in the global side, they are not only maintaining but increasing in some areas to $500 million over the next 5 years, 2026 to 2030. That is for vaccines, but also, as they will explain to you, the cash support to Nigeria for vaccines, cold chain, but also expanding primary health care. Not the totality of what we need, but complement to what domestic financing championed by your administration and by yourself will be able to do, and they will explain that to you.
Commend Gavi, Gates, and our other partners for what you do. I do know that Nigeria is one of your most significant portfolios in the world, and this is not by accident. The leadership that Mr. President has provided is what is inspiring all of us, and we appreciate the feedback from you. We have noted your points around the counterpart funding and the outstanding amounts, as well as your recommendations as to how we bring the subnational to come on board. Because indeed, based on our constitution, it's a shared responsibility when it comes to matters of health, which is one of the priorities for Mr. President's 8-point agenda. So we want to promise you that we will do our best to deliver on our own promise to ensure that everyone who needs to be vaccinated has access to it and do so on time, because that is the right thing to do. So thank you once again for the visitation and for your commitment.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.